And the red corner, it's Silapathai or Panusnikom. 20 years of age. He started fighting at 10, 5 feet 4 inches tall. He's had 35 professional fights, 13 losses and 5 draws. In the blue corner, Saklowthong, Desrat. 19 years of age. He started fighting when he's 10, 5 feet 4 inches tall. He's had 30 professional fights for 10 losses and 2 draws. There's that sound of the Muay, the fighting orchestra of Muay Thai. And on his knees doing the wire crew, Silapathai. He'll go through the wire crew, and there is the P flute, a combination of a saxophone, a bagpipe, and a clarinet. That's known as the P flute of Muay Thai. And there is Saklowthong in the blue corner. He's doing his wire crew and then goes into his Muay dance. These fighters are fighting at 115 pounds. Quite light by international standards, but they get a lot lighter than this in Muay Thai. Thais start fighting at around about 100 pounds and they go up to 145, 150 pounds. That's the weight parameters of the Muay Thai fighters here in Thailand. No time limit on how long a fighter does his Muay. It's up to his own individual discretion. As you can see there, Saklowthong has finished his Muay, and so now has Silapathai. Fighters will go back to their respective corners where they'll have the Mongkong crown and garlands removed from around their necks. Get the final instructions from their trainers and managers. Come back into the centre of the ring and wait for the referee's instructions to begin 5 rounds of Muay Thai. 3-minute rounds with 2-minute breaks. The rules of Muay Thai are that the weapons that are legal are the feet, the knees, the fists and the elbows, no head butting, no eye gouging. Grappling is allowed. Grappling was where the two fighters come together in a clinch, and on the proviso that they are scoring with their knees or doing some strike action. No action in the grapple, and the referee will break the clinch. If action takes place, the grapple and the clinch is legal in Muay Thai. You'll see it later on in this fight, no doubt. This first round, though, of Muay Thai is often the domain of the tactician, a chance for the fighters to understand any of the strengths and weaknesses of their fighters, a probing round where they'll often feint a few attacks to see which way their opponents respond. That's the first round of Muay Thai, and then it usually warms up as the fight continues. But there's often been known that the first round can be quite fiery, and in fact I've seen several knockdowns in the first round, so it's not always as predictable as the first round being the probing round. Anything can happen, often does happen in Muay Thai. No decisive blow being made so far in this particular contest. Haven't seen one clean strike yet. That roundhouse kick was taken on the shoulder. Deep push kick by Saklowthong, no power in it either. You can see the first punch delivered there by Saklowthong. Haven't seen a roundhouse kick landed with any power or authority yet. The roundhouse kick is the pendulum kick of Muay Thai. Often the preferred weapon of most Muay Thai fighters, particularly at long range, where they can wind up the roundhouse and then deliver it either to the body, to the lower leg or the upper leg, and then of course the classic roundhouse kick that can be aimed at the head. Saklowthong firing in the roundhouse there to the thigh. Saklowthong attacking hard, but meeting some staunch resistance there from Silapathai. Round 2. Saklowthong on the attack in the blue. Saklowthong attacking with punches. Elbow attempt there by Silapathai. High roundhouse kick by Silapathai, taken on the shoulder by Saklowthong in the blue. Now the grapple. Let's see what happens in the grapple. Neither fighter wanted to stay in there very long at all. We'll have to wait for later on to see who's got the strength of the grapple. Right now, both fighters are prepared to use long-range weaponry. Neither fighter getting the upper hand at this stage. Very even. Knee by Saklowthong. Saklowthong in the blue, powering in onto Silapathai. Good kick there by Silapathai, and Saklowthong found himself on the canvas, not through much of the power, but more the surprise of it. Grapple, see who's got the power. Knee strike by Saklowthong. And again by Saklowthong. Saklowthong swinging Silapathai around. Silapathai standing in the centre of the ring now in the grapple with Saklowthong. Not a lot of attacking strikes in this grapple. The referee's allowing it to go on. Only just though. Very little action taking place. And a roundhouse kick by Saklowthong. Knee strike by Saklowthong. Punches by Saklowthong, knee combination. Saklowthong being slightly the more aggressive, but again, very little in this contest. I wouldn't like to pick any particular fighter getting the upper hand at this stage. Certainly Saklowthong kept a bit of pressure on to Silapathai, but not with any authority. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the next 3 rounds. Round 3, Silapathai in the red, Saklowthong in the blue. Knees by Saklowthong. Silapathai being put in defence now as Saklowthong comes in strong with a knee attack. Tested strength in the grapple. Let's see who's got the strength. No action, referee breaks. Head high kick by Silapathai. just a little bit too low to bring about any real scoring at the top of the shoulder, but now the action is starting to hot up as Saklowthong goes up a cob, but finds that Silapathai rises to the occasion and creates a wall of defence there against the attacking move of Saklowthong. Saklowthong trying to set up his punches. Head high kick by Silapathai, again just short. Now the grapple. Who's got the knee power? Locked up, no action, referee will break. Saklowthong coming in. On to Silapathai. Silapathai holds back. Like a spring, ready to explode, but Saklowthong very wary now as he moves in onto Silapathai. Silapathai ducks, evades out of trouble. There's Saklowthong powering in with his knees. Silapathai holds back, sets himself up for his own knee attacks, but the manoeuvre gets bottled up and the referee breaks. No action. Saklowthong stalking now onto Silapathai. Silapathai lets loose with a solid roundhouse kick that snuck under the guard of Saklowthong. Saklowthong reverts back to deep push kicks, keeping Silapathai back. Silapathai waiting for Saklowthong, fires out the roundhouse kick. Saklowthong comes back into the grapple, in with his knees. Knee attacks by Saklowthong, powerful knees. Putting pressure on the Silapathai now as the bell sounds to end round 3, and certainly Saklowthong showing that he has the strength in the grapple, which could be decisive as this fight moves on. There's the roundhouse kicks by Silapathai, and when it's at long range, Silapathai has the ring savvy to stay out in front. Round 4. This fight has all the makings of going right to the line. Both fighters know each other's strengths and weaknesses. No particular advantage in terms of the weaponry use. Both fighters quite confident with the roundhouse kicks, and then when it gets into grapple like now, it's fairly even. Maybe Saklowthong's a little stronger, but not by much. Now into the grapple it goes. Let's see who scores this one. Knees by Saklowthong. Silapathai swinging Saklowthong around, getting out of the danger zone. Good roundhouse by Silapathai. Knees, punches by Saklowthong. Silapathai though starting to find his own now, getting into his rhythm, getting more comfortable with the grapple of Saklowthong now. Good roundhouse kick there, solid roundhouse right to the face of Saklowthong. That was an excellent kick by Silapathai. I think that actually may have cut the face of landed on the lip of Saklowthong. That was a real solid roundhouse kick by Silapathai. He let loose with it and it landed right around the chest region, then went into the jaw of Saklowthong. Now into the grapple. No action, referee will break. Another good roundhouse by Silapathai. Saklowthong going back into the grappling mode. This is where his strength is. Lands in with the knee. Good knee by Saklowthong. That's where he thinks the weakness of Silapathai might be, in the grapple. Silapathai stands back. He's a classy performer though, Silapathai. Another good roundhouse kick. He's extremely dangerous with those roundhouse kicks of Silapathai in the red. Now into the grapple. Watch the chance for the knees here by Saklowthong. Silapathai waiting for his mark, waiting for his chance, should I say, to make his mark. He won't do it in the grapple though. This is dangerous. Saklowthong comes in strong with the grapple. In he goes his knees. Silapathai trying to swing Saklowthong around. Has moderate success but not able to score in the grapple as well as Saklowthong. So really Silapathai should try to keep away and use those roundhouse kicks. That's his real forte. End of round. And Saklowthong going back to his camp, quite confident that he's got the break now because of his power in the grapple. Let's see it. There's the roundhouse kick of Silapathai. That's his deadly weapon. But when it gets into grappling mode, that's where Saklowthong is too strong. Round 5. Silapathai maybe slightly behind on points. Saklowthong looking to finish it off. Into the grapple. This is where his strength is. Good, strong grappling by Saklowthong and knee power. Saklowthong sensing victory now, coming in strong on the Silapathai. Silapathai looking a bit worried now as Saklowthong gives you the full weight of his knee attacks as they go into the grapple. Good, strong power by Saklowthong, forcing Silapathai into the corner. Punches by Saklowthong. Been a good final fifth so far by Saklowthong. He's doing everything right. Grapple is on. Who's got the power? Who's got the knees? Referee breaks, no action. Saklowthong back into it again, looking to go grappling. Gets in his knee once, twice. Silapathai now trailing behind in points in my estimations at least. And Saklowthong's doing everything right here in the 5th round. Saklowthong coming in hard onto Silapathai. Silapathai forced back onto the ropes. Saklowthong coming in on to Silapathai. And the referee will break again as the action fades from that grapple. Saklowthong charging in again. In he goes hard with the grapple. He's certainly got the upper hand over the grapple, and I think he's now built up an impregnable points advantage over Silapathai. I think the Silapathai needs to unleash something very special if he's going to win this contest, and I can't see him doing it as we go now into the final seconds of the 5th round. Saklowthong well in control of the grapple. Look at that as he pins Silapathai back into the corner. Saklowthong attacking, sensing that he has victory within his reach, and Silapathai doesn't have the power anymore to match Saklowthong. Saklowthong too powerful, and look at Silapathai winching as Saklowthong comes in on strong. Saklowthong finishing strong here in the 5th. Little doubt in my mind that he's won this contest. The seconds remaining of the 5th round. Saklowthong doing it again, going in for the grapple, and there's nothing that really Silapathai can do. There goes the bell to end the 5th. And even though Silapathai is holding his hands in the air, well, I don't see how Silapathai can think he's won this contest. I'd be most surprised if Saklowthong isn't awarded the points for this. He seemed to me to be too strong, even though there was a bit of defensive moves there by Silapathai to keep Saklowthong away. In my mind, Saklowthong will be declared the victor, although I have been wrong on occasions before. There it is, Saklowthong in the grapple. There's the knee in defence by Silapathai. We'll wait for the judge's verdict. Well, Silapathai holding his hands in the air. There he is, the winner on points. Saklowthong, he deserved the victory. He was too powerful in